Hey, what's up everyone? Going to be doing a reading here with the 1JJ Swiss. Picked up this beautiful set off Facebook Marketplace. Locally here, got a pretty good price on it. Got the whole thing, 20 bucks. I love this deck. It's Terre de Marseille style. Just altered a little bit for the 1JJ Swiss. Absolutely love the pips, love the coloration. Some people don't like the bright colors, I love them. All right, so here we go. Gonna do Celtic Cross, reading for the day. Time to turn and burn. Let's see what we get. For our present position, again, we're starting off with creativity. This is a developmental stage of something that somebody wants to pursue. Similar to the one yesterday, starting off, but we have temperance here, okay? Looks like we got to pair our ambition with temperance, right? If we want to get this in the right direction, you know, we can't match our ambition, or there can't be a disproportionality of ambition. You got to have wisdom, you got to have discipline, you got to have temperance. That's what I'm kind of seeing here. We got the 9 of Wands again, clubs, fire, dealing with trying to attain something here, trying to attain something that we're striving for. There's a pursuit that we have in mind. Here we have the Strength card. Again, we are already moving into a direction of a reading that's telling the client or the person that these efforts that they're making is to fortify their life, but they're going to have to pursue this in a manner that's going to be able to push through any blockages. With this 10, we see completion that we're striving for. We see that in order to do this, right, we got to harmonize our ambition with the thoughts. Maybe the situation that we're in is coming from a place where I'm kind of getting the sense that this is something that's been weighing on this person's mind. And in order for them to advance this, they're going to have to focus. Understanding, calmness, and diplomacy. I love how this is looking here in this opportunity that we're seeing ahead of us, moving into the future. We're seeing that we need to balance this out, and we need to really get in touch with our intuitive side as well. If we're going to progress, whatever it is that we're pursuing, it's going to have to be a balancing of forces. And what I see here is, you know, a gentle surrender. It's not so much having to fight. What I'm seeing in this overarching theme right here is this person, they have a lot of will and ambition, but they're going to have to use the temperance and their inner strength, right? It doesn't have to be a fight. Does not have to be a fight. We have the 8, which is a card of advancement, 8 of Swords. How we see our position is that in order to get to where we want to go, we're going to have to develop some good ideas that are going to enable us to do this. The Roi de Epes. We got the King of Swords. We have a very sword heavy spread developing here, followed by the 10, the completion. This is where we want to be. This is the purpose we're striving for. All of our efforts are going towards this right here. This is a pursuit of manifesting something. And we're going to go with our Queen of Pentacles. And it appears that we need to develop a stronger understanding. It seems that our friends and family, they're really focusing on us making a right decision. And what I see here is that this person can't do this necessarily by themselves. Really, you can't do anything by yourself in life, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you got to remember. Every Olympic athlete, every boxer, every person that does anything has a coach. They have a team. They're not doing it by themselves. So there's somebody that they're going to have to reach out to, get a higher degree of knowledge to develop a better understanding. We're going to do a little, what I like to call a little nightcap, baby. This is going to help me with the timing. What we're seeing here is the 4 of Cups. So I like to see this in about 4 weeks' time. I'm predicting that this person is going to be able to use this creative stage of development they're in order to manifest this right here, this venture, this goal, this job, this opportunity, this area in their life that's going to bring them, in a sense, to the next stage of development. They're in a developmental stage right here. That's what I'm getting. They're still in the beginning phase. They first have to really, if they want to get to these other areas of development, what I'm seeing, they got to get through the beginning stage first. Right now they're focusing on the end, right? They see the goal, they see what they want here with this 10 of Pentacles. But what I'm seeing is they're going to have to slow it down. I see this potentially being some type of youth potentially, and they may have to rely on their mother and father or a figure, right, for them to develop this. And I think it's going to be a reading geared towards a female client. That's what I see here. I'm going to say this 10 of Pentacles is a female client in her youth that's got to trust her parents or some type of figures that have the knowledge and understanding that's going to help them in this creative phase. Don't jump ahead and worry about the 8s, the 9s, and the 10 stages of development. These are important, but right now you have a lot of passion and ambition that's suiting you, and you're going to obtain great things. But we need to slow this down just a little bit. Make sure that we're pairing our ambitions and our thoughts, which are driving our ambition, and we institute temperance. I would say that the strongest card in this entire spread for what I'm picking up is the Temperance card, because this Force card is another really good major arcana card to pull. But the impression that I'm getting is that this person has a lot of fortitude and strength. And this Temperance card is the immediate influence in their life which is being called in. And so this is very important. Again, temperance, temperature, right? You want to be in a nice room It doesn't want to be too hot, doesn't want to be too cold. You're going to have to balance the forces. You're going to have to balance your ambition, and you're going to have to balance these ideas that you have in order to be able to obtain this. This is your purpose over here. So I think it's a great spread. I think that this decision, like I said, in about 4 weeks, I know people have varying degrees of what they, you know, the wands or clubs is days. I just go in order. I go days, I go weeks, swords, I go months, pentacles, I go year. I'm seeing 4 weeks. In about a month's time, you're going to be moving on to, and I think this card is also very indicative here because right now they're in a developmental stage of the 3. I think they're going to be moving into stability. So right now you got to get creative. You got to reach out to your parents or to people that are in a position that are going to be able to give you advice. You use that advice to develop this idea that you have going, whatever it is you're pursuing. And then from there, you're going to go into a stage of stability. And from the stage of stability, what you're really going to be doing is you're going to settle in there. You're not going to be getting ahead of yourself, okay? But the stability is what we're working towards. So we're not going to talk too much about that. This is the creative phase right now. This is a collaborative effort, and you have the will and the ambition. I see right here is Temperance, baby. Strongest card in this whole entire layout. So you could do it. I have faith in you. So does everyone else. And you got good support. Let's leave it there. Have a great day.